you've just gone under contract and you are the buyer on a brand new condo or home. In Arkansas, you have 10 business days to do your due diligence, and you want to be sure and get a home inspection for that. So we are here today with Blaine from Elements Home Inspection, and he is going to talk to you about the top 3 things that you as a buyer want to look for whenever you're getting that home inspection done. So the buyers don't really know what they're looking for in an inspection, Blaine. So they come in and they hire Blaine with Elements Home Inspection, and they want you to come in and they trust you that you're going to find all the things wrong with that property if there's anything wrong. What are some of the top 3 things that you want to make sure you look at for that buyer?
Well, when I'm looking at something as important as the foundation, some normal issues will be water retention on the foundation, which can cause the structure to heave in, or possibly DIY.
Ah, good one. Those DIYers.
DIY renovations where they might cut structural components vital to keeping your house stable.
What's another one that they would want to look at, that you would look at for them?
I would be looking for efflorescence, which is a big sign of water damage and can get into the house, cause all kinds of unsightly cracks.
On the lake, you know, a lot of people are like, are we in a flood zone? Has there been any flooding? And we don't find that very often. We really don't find a lot of flooding in this area. It happens, of course, everywhere, but you don't run into that a lot, do you?
No, I would say more than anything that causes problems is actually DIY.
Is it? Yeah.
Renovation.
I have not even thought about that,
We're
but
in the
I mean,
South,
thank you,
like
HGTV, right?
People like to do things themselves down here, and sometimes they don't do it. They don't do it the right way.
Yeah, because, you know, we saw the YouTube video. We know how to do it.
Yes, exactly.
What about electrical? Talk to me about that. Do you have any issues with electrical a lot of times? Do you check that out in a home or a condo whenever you do an inspection?
Oh, always. It is required by law that I look at the electrical systems in a house. Typically, it will be in older homes. There might be issue from neglect. Again, somebody's getting a lower price. You know, they're getting a contractor who might not be doing it as well. They might install undersized wires or bypass safety precautions within the house.
What about plumbing? Do you make sure that all of that is intact and that there's not going to be any leaks or loose faucets or those kind of things?
Yes, so I will check all the plumbing that is readily accessible in the house, as well as if there's a crawl space, I'll be going under there.
Okay.
Which is typically more common to find evidence of any leaks there. And in the area we're at, a lot of homes do have crawl spaces, so that's typically something that I am going to be able to look at, which makes it a little easier to find underlying issues.
And of course, the roofs. I know you check that.
Of course, yes. Always got to check that.
I always want to check the roof because, we've had some hailstorms here. So there's been a lot of new roofs in our area. So that's the good thing about purchasing a home. You're probably going to get a new roof, or there's just been one done, right?
Yeah, around here we did have a big hailstorm recently. Something I see that some people might not think about common on roofs is with traditional 3-tab asphalt shingles, you are permitted to use 2 layers of roofs, but it does degrade your new roof. So when I come to a home and there are 2 layers of roofs, even if the roof is new, that immediately takes life expectancy off the roofs, and you have to get up there to check it out.
So what does that mean? Dumb that down for me a little bit. Does that mean someone had a roof and the roofer just came in and just put a roof over the top of that? Is that what that means?
Yes, ma'am, that's exactly what that means.
Okay.
And 2 layers is completely normal and permissible. More than that adds too much weight to the structure. It does degrade the life expectancy of the new roof when you put an old one on top of it. The seal
okay. Is that common? Do people do that?
That is surprisingly common.
Ooh, okay. Well, that's good to know. I did not have any idea, but I have had buyers make sure when they get that new roof that they take the old one off. And I thought, well, that's probably common knowledge, but I didn't realize that was something that people do. So that's good information. So Blaine, tell us, where are you located and where do you primarily do your inspections, and kind of give us a little penciled in idea of what a home inspection would cost for a buyer coming to you, or a seller. A seller can get a home inspection also.
I'm located in Hot Springs, Arkansas, and I'm willing to travel
Good.
Pretty much anywhere in the central Arkansas area. There will be a travel fee if I have to go too far.
Mm-hmm. But I assume that Hot Springs probably keeps you pretty busy because we're always buying and selling around here.
Hot Springs is a great town to live in.
I mean, people can move across town. It's the craziest thing. I love it though. So Blaine, when you're done with your inspection, what does the process look like when you get it to your client? What do you send them? What do they get?
I will contact them through email, and I will send a report all online. Super easy, super simple. I try to get the report done by the next day. I don't
Perfect.
hold anybody up, and I like to keep them in layman's terms so everybody can understand them and there's no confusion.
Good,
But
good.
people can always feel free to call me if there ever is any confusion.
So you have a software program you use, so you have this nice little printout of all the things that you have looked at inside that home, specifically spelled out exactly what's wrong in the home, if anything. And granted, I know sometimes there's light switches and stuff like that that the seller or the buyer do not need to fix, but you have to call that out, right?
So I'm gonna call out every little thing. If the shower needs caulking,
Okay.
not a huge deal, but it will be in the report.
But it will be something that maybe that buyer can take care of in the future.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, great. That's good. We always like those reports coming in that we can. Do they have pictures?
Yes.
Great. Even better. We like pictures. The picture reports are the best. And how long does it take you to do a home inspection?
That also depends. So I've done home inspections as little as an hour and a half.
Okay.
But, I mean, I've been out there for 4 hours.
Okay.
The home's good. It really doesn't take that long.
Okay.
You know, I gotta go around. Like you said, I gotta document.
Right, I
everything,
know.
so.
I know, and I do always try to tell the clients, look, it's the inspector's job to make sure they don't miss anything. Just because there is a board that's out of alignment does not mean that has to be repaired. You just have to make sure that you put that on your report. And we're really looking for the big things that need to be corrected, like the foundation you mentioned and the electrical, right?
And I put a summary in mine, so I highlight what actually is a big issue,
Great.
and everything else in the report. My report,
Okay.
they got the pictures, which take a lot of space, so they could be anywhere from like 15 to 40 something pages, just depending.
Okay.
But typically, they're not going to be like smaller than 15, just because the pictures.
So you put the summary of the things that the buyer really needs to pay attention to.
Yeah, I highlight
Okay,
all that.
I like that. That's great. What about price, generally?
Most home inspectors will price by square footage, which
Okay.
I do. Most homes I'm going to inspect could be anywhere from $250 for something that might be like 1,000 square feet, maybe like a condo.
Okay.
Or something to, you know, 2,000, 2,500 square foot house is probably going to be around the $300 range.
That's average. That's typical. Okay.
I try to keep my pricing fair, competitive. For the
Okay.
area.
Okay. Very good. So again, Blaine with Elements Home Inspection. He is in the Hot Springs area, ready to go. Great pricing. Give him a call if you're interested in getting your home inspected or that buyer needs a home inspection.